A great moment to be on your screen again, a great moment to tell you the goodness that we have in the society, and we bring to you good guidance from the Ladies Rendezvous. We talk about what we should do in the society, ensuring that we play our part to make sure that the society is a better one. My name is Charity James. On the program today, we are having Blessing Fatoyibo and Love It Austin joining us on the conversation as we'll be taking you around the world and also discuss a very topical issue on the second segment. You're welcome to Ladies Rendezvous. And now Blessing and Love It will tell me how their weekends went. Let me start from there today. I'm in the mood to listen.
Definitely.
So what happened?
Before I start telling about my weekend, I want to really say this about you. Looking gorgeous this morning.
Thank you.
What's the secret?
Thank you.
Looking this beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You are too.
My weekend is fine. You know, as an educator, we normally use weekends to wind up, to rest and take stock of what's happened the previous week and prepare for the
and holiday is coming, vacation is coming.
Yeah, vacation is coming, but then remember summer school is there, so we keep moving and keep.
But that one is optional. It's not totally.
It's optional, but it's necessary.
Okay.
It's necessary to keep the kids busy.
Okay. Educators, they will find one excuse or the other to have the key children around them.
Okay. Thank you.
You are. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, why are you taking that alone?
Of course, the angle you're coming in is like.
You always want to get busy.
Yes.
So, Blessing, how are you this morning?
I'm fine. I'm doing well, and as well, I must commend your outfit. I feel like I just want to swoop you up and take you out for.
Okay.
And I'm
ready.
Of course,
today is Monday, you know.
It doesn't matter. Mondays are also for fun.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Okay.
I didn't comment. I love her hair too.
Her hair, and she's on braid again.
Yeah, it's fine.
on that.
Definitely, I can see that.
She's on braid again. Blessing is taking.
Yeah, I have to copy both of you one of these days to go on braids. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
I will.
So welcome board, ladies.
Thank you.
And welcome board to our viewers. Now we want to go for a short break. When we come back, we'll take you around the world. Alright, our first stop on Around the World is this video that we saw when this woman came out to tell parents that yes, we like discipline our children, but there are some form of discipline that will cause a lot of harm to the children at the long run. And she said constant correction leads to low self-esteem in some case, and in some case it brings down the morale of the children because they want to depend on you for whatever decision they will want to take. So let's watch this video and we'll make our opinions from there.
Addicted to constantly correcting children. A lot of parents are constantly criticizing their children. That's what they do. Constant, oh, don't do this, don't do that, stop it, stand up, do this. Yeah, it's instruction after instruction after instruction. So you don't even give the child any room to be themselves. You don't give the child any room, no liberty, no freedom. They're always criticizing them. Then you damage the self-esteem and the confidence of the child. They don't catch you doing anything. The child can't do anything right. You stand up, you need to do this, you need to do that. You think it's parenting, and some of you even think it's cute. You think it's cute to constantly check on people. You even take it to the offices. Some people, they must correct something. You see that even when they go to parties, they want to adjust this, adjust that. Oh, your makeup, they think it's care. Like, keep your hands to yourself. That's even a separate conversation. However, try not to constantly give instructions, constantly check on one thing or the other that your child is doing, because you're breaking that child, you're breaking the self-esteem of the child, you're breaking the confidence of the child. They're always waiting for you because they know that there's something that they want to see. You've not watched the play, you've not done this, you've not done this, why is this, your hair is this, this is that. Even when you drop them off in school, some of you, your stand up, you're this, all these things you have done at home, but you are addicted to constantly correcting children.
Okay, that's what a word of advice from there. And let's go to our educator. I still administrator because you are always with the children.
Yes.
And, aside the academics, you see them a lot. You see how they behave amongst their friends. You see what they do behind you.
Yes.
And sometimes I know because I've taught a little bit. Yes, I did.
Before?
Yes. Sometimes you just see them and take away your eyes and want to watch what will come out of that. Those discussions from them.
Yeah, definitely.
So, constant correction, what does it do to children?
I thank you, Charity, on that question. When we talk about constant correction, I want to look at words. The words of parents or educators can either be a brick to build a child, or the words coming out of the correction can result to a crack that might traumatize the child when the child definitely gets to a particular point in their lives. But when we talk about constant correction, I look at the angle of negative correction, or will I say positive condemnation, negative condemnation, when you condemn the child, or when the parents want to be overbearing, they want to see what the child is doing. Correcting a child is not wrong, because just like I used to compare my kids in the school like a yam tendering. When you plant a yam, you have to channel it to the pole you want the yam to get to. So when you correct a child, it's not wrong. But where I see the wrong in it, when it is negative, when you try to use words that demoralize or derobe the child of self-confidence. When you're correcting a child, even if it's constant, because the kid needs it. The Bible said, naughtiness dwell in the heart of the child, but with the cane. But the cane is not necessarily using a rod. The words, affirmation, positive affirmation to the child. You constantly let the child know that he is the best species of whoever he or she is going to be. So when you look at the constant correction, except it is criticism, whereby you use words
to bring them down.
Yes, there was a time I did a short survey with kids. I got to understand the children, the words their parents, especially their mothers, use affects them. The words the kids said that really touched me, some of them I might not really say it here because it's a bit vulgar, where the parents call them lazy. You can't get anything right. Where the parents keep telling them, like a child, you bought a shoe for a child, and along the line, the shoe couldn't last through the time. You say you have a razor leg. Everything I get to you, you spoiled it. The child's self-confidence is being eroded. You find out that sometimes they don't wear that shoe to school. At a point, they remove it so that they don't get to, spoil the shoe and have their mother speaking to them negatively. I've seen children that say their mother calls them, there's Yoruba names, and it's very derogatory. So one thing I have to say, constant correction is not wrong, but when it is negative, it's wrong, because I grew up having my mother correcting me. It wasn't really positive, but it derobed me of my confidence at a point. Whenever I want to face crowd, I'm shy, I can't stand, because she didn't affirm to me. I never knew that people said she's beautiful at a point, because I wasn't affirmed from home, and it affected me. So I kept saying this, that as a parent, constant correction is good, but let it be positive. Let's assume a child told a lie, and later on the child, accepted that I did this. Instead of saying, you're always telling lies, I'm proud of you. You honor your responsibility, can be better. So a child can be able to always come out to say the truth.
Know that she will not be you, or she will not be condemned.
Yes, constant correction is good, because you can't leave those children. See, there is naughtiness a lot in their heart. But with constant correction that is positive, even where I work, you don't use negative words on the kids. You don't call them, even if the child is not getting what you're teaching them. I used to say this, for every greatness in a child, you don't see it at this stage, because That's why they use pencil to write. They make their mistakes. We correct them, but correct them positively to get the best out of them.
Okay, at home, let's talk from at home, from the home angle, because a lot of parents inculcate fear in some sense. I know that children learn at different paces, and when they are not giving you the best, especially as a parent, you tend to be harsh on them, thinking that when you are harsh, they will sit up. So being harsh with your words at home, what do you think it will do to the children?
Okay, so I'll give an example of an experience I had with kids at home, and I got to understand that trying to, use fear, or like when you use words like you're trying to dear them, you understand? You make them even harder.
Especially the boys.
Especially boys. They become even harder and more mischievous. They'll find a way around it. They will try to be smart. Do you understand? But I realized that I tried this thing over and over, and it wasn't getting better. It wasn't getting better. So I had to change
your style.
Charity. I just spoke to them like, okay, you know what? I don't want to beat anybody anymore. I don't want to, there's no cane. In fact, I've dropped the cane. I don't know where the cane is anymore. And I don't want to shout. I want to stop shouting. So you guys need to help.
It became a conference.
We had a meeting. And I had to tell them that, you know what? Don't be afraid to come and tell me whenever you do something wrong. I would appreciate it if you tell me ahead than me finding out. So let me know. Because even I too, I make mistakes. I had to be vulnerable before them. And I said, I make mistakes. So let me know. Mommy made mistake when she was younger too. And I still even make mistakes, but I'm trying to be perfect. Do you understand? I can't even be perfect, but I'm trying to. And I told them, I said, just open up and let me know. Instead of covering it up and lying about it. And then you have to use another lie to cover the lie that you lied. Do you understand? And it wasn't, in fact, within a few days, one of them walked up to me and said, Mommy, I'm sorry. I did this, I did that, I did that. I was like, ooh. To me, that was impressive. Like, that is what I said. The conference we had, like you said, is actually yielding result. And I was like, firstly, thank you for coming out to tell me. I appreciate that. Good. Okay, let's see how we can work around this mistake or stuff that you have made. Oh, okay, this is it, this is it. Okay, we'll take care of it. But next time, try to be careful. Okay?
That's another form of correction.
Yeah. So, have a conversation. I know a lot of parents will be like, I don't really have time to be doing all this rigmarole. Having a meeting with them.
I know that is necessary. Them does not take like 1, 2, 3 minutes, you have said.
Of course.
And a lot of times they like you talking to them than beating.
You have no idea.
And beating.
And this thing actually increases their self-esteem. They feel like, they are sensible enough, that you can talk with them one-on-one and we are seeing results. Do you understand? They can make mistakes, but they are children. I think at the end of the day, the idea I had to put at the back of my mind is see them as they're just new to this world. They are new to the universe. They don't know what a mistake is. They don't know what raggedy behavior means to some extent. They don't know. So they are new to reacting to different situations.
I wanted to say something.
So let's just treat them that way.
Kids differ.
Yeah.
Like you said, kids differ. There are some kids when you bring cane.
They
rub them. But some of them, you are talking. There are some of them emotionally, they like words. You like words, they prefer words to cane. So
have you not seen kids that even went to go and bring the cane? And the mommy beats me.
What the type of child you have there?
All right, that is our take home from there. Know the style that will befit your children. Some children, you need to be hard on them for them to get that correction, but do not condemn them.
Don't use negative words.
Don't use negative words. That's a preaching that we are bringing to you. Let's check the second one. The second one too is on a child. What is the extent of creating content? How long, how far can you go if you want to create a content using underage children to create content in some with the laws that is backing the social media? I think it is wrong, and this guy was caught in between this creating content and using underage child, and he was condemned, actually called by a ministry in Lagos State to come and explain himself. Let's watch the video a little bit and make our opinion from there. Why using why do some content creators bring in underage in their content creation?
Congratulations to Ajamoni. Say yes, 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 say yes.
Uncle, please, what's happening?
I'm going to engage you now. If you ask me to say what happened now, yeah, he's welcoming you to your new home. I mean, just to be my girlfriend and my wife.
Is this a dream?
Nothing like dream there now. Nothing like dream now.
Uncle, but the last video we did, you said that you are looking for a wife.
Oh man, see my food, oh, see my baby, oh. Hey, oh man. Now you could be seen.
Yes.
Nah. Hey, you are trying, you know. Oh man, you know it's you. One thing about this life, marry person where you feel control. And that makes sense. Starting they serve me, they bend down for me. Woman never do that kind of thing for my life before. Like make them serve me food, make them bend down for me. You understand? See. After when they talk, they insult me, say na small girl. Like this why I carry a nurse. Why they teach them many things. Now waiting good. But the same way you go carry people with they don't grow finish. And that time you go no. I don't carry one. That one do me 30. Carry the second one do me 30. So this third one, I no go use and play. I want train and do my test. See what you cook. Come, camera come. See what you cook. See what you cook. I know say this food when cook now. I give am better money to cook am. Na 30K I give am. But now we see I want. I mean like this before. Now that where are you going? Sure. For sure. No, you can't feel free. I'm not going to go I'm not going to feed yourself. They chop.
All right, that video is brought out to see the moral content of that creation by the man. What were you trying to portray using an underage girl to portray a wifely role in your home? According to what you said, what he said you can comment what you like, but this is what I want. I want an underage as wife. He even said that I'll take her to boarding school. That means the girl is still in secondary school.
Obviously.
Listen,
Obviously.
what do you see to this content?
Well, I just feel like the guy had gone overboard because as far as I'm concerned, yeah, people, he might try to justify that. After all, there are a lot of movies out there that they even do worse kind of things. But movies always have a storyline and repercussion of what happens. Do you understand? But this one, you're trying to set a standard in the society. You carrying the content is more than just carrying the ring light and the camera and setting it up, and then you are creating a standard in the society. You're posting it out there. It's quite demeaning even for the girl child. We have women of affairs, we have a lot of ministries that are fighting these things daily. But you come on out and you put this kind of thing on the social media, making other men. Now imagine some particular young guys or men watching this kind of video. I'm like, oh, this is actually not a bad idea. Maybe I should even, marry a younger girl that is still in secondary school. Now you're setting a standard and you're saying you don't even care what people comment, about that video.
Have you even made an example of the wrong?
Yeah.
The law are not even doing that anymore because they want their girls to go to school.
Exactly. It is all shades of wrong. And we've even had situations where a guy like this took care of a girl to secondary school and even to university. And at the end of the day, there was a very gory story of the guy unaliving the girl because she said she couldn't marry him. Now, so what are you now trying to portray? What standard are you trying to put up there? That okay, you want to get a girl from a very tender age, if she doesn't know anything, and you would rather marry her, you send her to school, probably, like he said, he was going to send her to boarding school or stuff like that. So at the end of the day, okay, what if she says she's not more getting married to you? What will now happen? Is society going to come out and start defending you for investing in her? No. So as far as I'm concerned, this is all shades of wrong. You're also demeaning the girl child. It is all shades of wrong, totally.
All right, look at another angle to all of this to me is that the third video, we have it there. He came out to apologize and said he has apologized to the public, to the Ministry of Women. He was invited and the mother too came out to apologize. I want to talk about the mother. The mother allowing that girl child, underage girl child, to do a content playing a wife. What does it portray in the society?
Thank you, Charles. I always said this, that kids, mothers, when training up your child or your kids or your children, you should have this at the back of your mind, that you are training the next generation. The children you are training today will become the children that will train other children of the next generation. So whatever value she is imputing in this young lady, we definitely leave a mark on this girl. Now, my points are this. The young girl that was used to, they sought her consent and she gave her consent. She might be lured into sex. She might be abused. She might have seen this as, okay, my mother allowed this. It's normal. You get what I'm saying? And the mother will not always be that girl. This is a jet age where children are free with phones.
Yes.
Where she can get the contact of this young man. Okay, we've played this role. The other things, this.
What if it happens in real life for her?
And as a wife, the other roles you need to play. And this woman has thrown this girl out to the dogs.
To work. For me, it is some form of labor.
Yes. So I say this to content creators out there: before you hit post, ask your question: is this going to impact lives? Now, your children at home, there are times they pick your phones when you're sleeping. They will go somewhere and they're on it.
Yeah, sure.
All these things fizzles and they see them. What impact is this thing going to make in their minds? It can come to the point of children seeing this as the normal thing. So my advice out there is the organization in charge of social media should censor what goes on. What is happening in China? China, there are things their children cannot view.
Yes.
So Nigeria should have this method of censoring what goes out there. There was a time I did survey with my kids in school. I asked them, how many of you touches your mommy's phone? They say, when my mom is sleeping, I'll go and carry it, I'll go and hide in the toilet, I'll go and do this. So they will watch it until the battery is flat. Do you get? So what did they watch with the battery? You don't say so. They are watching all these things. They might get to a point, I'll get married when I get to 15. This girl, she's enjoying, Do you get what I'm saying? So we need to be very careful what we put out there.
True.
Yes,
okay, that's true. And I hope that the ministry that invited the guy will interrogate him thoroughly.
Yes, please.
And
There should be punishment for it. They should not just take that sorry, because he did it to get traffic, to get views.
And he has it now.
He has it now. So we should stop all this. It changes the lives of these children. And when it changes their lives, they might go the other way. A lot of times those children find it difficult to go to the right way when they see this kind of a thing.
Yes.
They will expect that life will be sweet all the time, and when they get to the bad side, they fall into depression. And this depression is something that they will not come out of it, and they will want to look out for substances to cope with. Or to use it in coping as they grow up in life. So we should stop tackling with the mental health of our children and other children who will see this kind of content out there. Now let's talk about the third one. The third one is also about children and our language. How do we pass down our native language to the children, especially in this 21st century that we see a native language as a vernacular? Well, at what stage start teaching our children about our mother tongue? And that is what Babyface came out to say. And he is vehemently warning parents to desist from calling our native language vernacular, citing the example of China and Chinese. So let's watch this video a little bit.
Something strange is happening. Whenever I go outside, I see the Indian kids. They are speaking Indian language with their parents. 3 years old, 4 years old. They're going, Aramsade, Aramsade, Nei. I see the Hispanics. I still saw one. That child could have been more than 4. That child definitely had not started school. Going, hey, esta lo poco loco, poco loco, mama, esta mama mia. I'm like, they speaking among themselves. The Arabs, the same thing. And then you come to our own. Our kids barely speak our language. And I've noticed this across our people. And it's not about being abroad or being in America or being in England or anywhere. My people at home, people who are living in Nigeria, most of them, kids don't even speak Yoruba anymore. They don't understand it. In Lagos, that thing used to drive my father insane. I remember that we went to visit our family friends, and the kids came into the parlor. And my father spoke to him and said, "Boni said that Boni school," and the child did not understand. And my father almost lost his mind. Is it colonialism? Are these the after effects and the effects of colonialism? Except that the Indians too were colonized. So how is it their own kids speak Indian? I'd like to hear what you think. And do your own kids speak the language? Let's even start there. Do your own kids, first of all, do they even understand? Let's start with your understanding. Do they even understand? She wants a bono? Because that's your real mother tongue. I always tell people that my first language is not English. My first language is Yoruba. I'm from Ajawa. I've said to these kids, I can't guarantee that you will speak. But Emma Agbo, Muli guarantee Emma Agbo. Okay, if this one has come at the right time, where kilo fe? So that I just come go. So slowly you go to so. You see, God will not the. I just do my own. This speaking come out, come now, come ask me. Shall we also with his Agatu accent? Shemole jele, eshe.
All right, that was a word of advice from Teju Babyface and from our mothers here. You're a mother, you're a mother. How do we deal with these? Because most times when you even speak to them, they tend to tell you, my mommy, they say we should not speak vernacular. I'll tell you, you're at home. At home, this is not vernacular. In your school, it is vernacular. So how do we deal with it?
All right, when we talk about mother tongue, we talk about language. And language is who we are. Language is our heritage. Language is part of our culture, is an immaterial culture. If I speak my language now, you know where I come from.
Yeah.
If you speak your language, I will definitely know where you come from. And Nigeria has over 500 plus different languages, yes, from 250 ethnic groups.
Yes.
But one thing I want to say about this is, it is good for the children at the tender age, formative age 1, 2, 3, to know their mother tongue. It's very important because that is who they are. Any child that couldn't, speak in their native language, to me, is a child that is sold. Is a sold out child. Even the Nigerian National Policy on Education specified that every Nigerian child should know the language of the local environment. The immediate, like I'm from the East. If I have my kids there, they should know the immediate language we are using. And then they specify that the language of instruction from nursery school to first 3 years in primary school should be mother tongue. That show you how important it is. We find out that some parents, when I was growing up, my father did not buy any Igbo textbook for us. He wanted us not to know, he wanted us to communicate very well, to be fluent in English.
Yeah.
But that's an error. And thank God for my mother who saw that and was able to communicate to us in our native language. So that we'll be able to communicate out there. You can't say
it will give you an avenue to decode some things when you are in the public.
I want to say something. There's a woman that traveled abroad from our side. She was nearly about to be deported with her children overseas. But because she spoke in her native language and told the children, if they ask you, don't tell them I'm your mother. And they have to deport the woman alone and send the children back. So mother tongue is very important, very, very important. Yes, in the school, the reason why we don't want them to speak it because they will abuse it. They'll come to the point of using it, you know,
all the time.
So that not because we call it vernacular. They might come to the point of abusing it in school.
Okay.
But every Nigerian child should know their mother tongue. It's very important.
So, blessing your own opinion.
Okay, well, my own opinion is a bit otherwise.
Okay.
I love my mother tongue, yes, and all, but what I've realized is my generation and probably even the ones that came before ours, you know, they how do I say, they love and they capitalize on the English language. That's the main, you know, language. Coming from our colonial days, you understand, they have imbibed that culture already. Speaking of English all the time and, you know, doing away with. Now, if we bring it to lifestyle, business, what is everybody looking for in life? We want to be better, we want to upgrade, we want to make more money, we want to be comfortable and all. Before you can get to that level to some extent, I'm not saying that other countries are not speaking the proper English are not actually upgrading in life and being better, but when it comes to civilization comes with a particular language, and it is English. That is the way we know from Africa here because of the kind of colonial, you know, masters we had. Talk about the Francophone countries. They had French. That's why they speak a lot of French. They don't even speak their main dialects. They speak a lot of, do you understand? So we are from the British angle, and that's why we had to learn these things. And at the end of the day, if you want to be better, you want to place yourself in more better opportunities. It is either they're sending you out abroad to study, and if you realize that a lot of people that studied abroad and came back and start speaking, hey, you see the way the companies will hire them without, oh, what's the certificate? Oh, you studied in Britain.
Should we start
No, I'm not saying we should, but I'm just showing us how this became. And at the end of the day, we have now passed it on to the kids. Even worse, I can still speak my language fluently, but the kids now, because it has become my lifestyle to speak English all the time, even in business. I'm speaking. If you notice, even in the market, in the Chinese market now, they are all learning English so that they can move the market to Africa much more. Because before we had just logistic companies, you know, helping you to procure with the Chinese. But now they are moving their ads.
And I think they are learning English too is costing a lot of when a man is coming from another ethnic group
speaking that language
and in the home,
but let the children learn their native mother tongue and
all the environment they are born living. It is. Thank you, ladies.
But we can't blame ourselves too.
Nobody is blaming. Thank you, ladies, for talking on this segment. And now we want to go for a short break. After the break, we'll take the issue of the day.